Well, today, as you can see, we've had a very successful day here in Central Colorado. And what we've decided to do is something that's very necessary on most of the hunts that we go on, and that is to quarter this buck up and process him on the tailgate of a truck. And we're gonna go through that process right now. So DJ was lucky enough to get this stud of a Colorado buck this morning, and now we're gonna take care of it, get it in the freezer. That way, in a couple days, whenever you're ready to go home, everything's nice and frozen, and we'll make the trip safely. So. Okay, so the first thing that we do is this. I'm going to tell you what my process is. Okay, and my process may be wrong, but this is what I always do, and I've done this probably maybe triple digits. I've done this thing right here. So first thing I do is we cape the deer. So what I do, you're going to mount this deer, correct?
Yep. Shoulder mount.
Shoulder mount. So what I do is I start in the middle of the body, and I'll make a little gap, a little cut right here, and then I got a gut hook on this particular knife, outdoor edge knife, and we'll just make a ring around the deer, and then we'll peel them out forward. That way. Yeah. Now, one of the big issues with gutting on the back of a truck is he's not hanging, so we have to.
We'll have to slide him out and then rotate.
We'll have to slide him and turn him over. Okay. So that's part of the issue here that makes it difficult as far as gutting something in the back of the truck. Okay, no, we'll wait for a second. We'll do as much as we can on this side first, and then we'll turn them over, do as much as we can, and then flip over accordingly. Okay, so I cut this side of
rib cage.
Of his cape, about the middle of his rib cage. The reason why I'm so far back, even though the taxidermist is probably only going to use about this much, I want to give him more extra. If you do a pedestal mount, they need more. So anyway, now what we're going to do is we're going to go down the leg, and we're just going to cut this leg like this. Okay, and then, all right. So what I like to do is we have his main hide, and then we have kind of like this white, where the main hide meets the white. We like to go, what I've been taught is to go up that edge like this. Okay. And you're going to go up. Don't get into this elbow right here, okay? And into this armpit area.
Can you guys see that?
So there's this armpit area. People go in like that. I've been told not to do that. What I'm about to do is I'm going to go up along this white and the brown and come up, and we're going to make a line like that. Okay. That is our plan. I think the reason why they do that is so they can hide the stitches better on that
on the hide?
On the hide of the brown and the white. Okay. Going up the side of his shoulder here. And take the gut hook. Right there. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll peel this back, and we'll peel this as far forward as we can without cutting the other side.
You need me to grab anything?
Not yet. Okay. In a minute, we're going to flip them over. Okay.
I've had a lot of firsts on this trip.
A lot of firsts.
This is the first time, folks at home, I've ever put a truck, this is the first time I've ever put a buck in the bed of anything other than a Chevy truck, okay?
Oh.
So, Chevrolet, this was just out of my control. My truck was at home today. I'll get you guys on the next one.
Well, Ford's killed bigger bucks.
I'm not gonna have this debate with Brandon.
I drive a GMC. Okay, we need to turn them over.
All right, so now I gotta pull them.
Now we're just gonna pull his back this way and then flip him over this way.
Okay.
That'll be easy. Let me move this stuff. Yeah, we want his head hanging over. That'll come in handy here in a second. Yep. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side. Pretty simple. Okay.
And today, honestly,
if you had a play in front of you, you got to make it.
And honestly, like today, I had to dig deep on that stalk because we're literally like crawling through cactus and rocks.
Yeah.
Brandon, I'm trying to keep up with him because he's bigger than me, so he's covering a longer distance. So I'm trying to keep up with him. I'm trying not to make too much noise. I'm trying not to drop my bow. I'm trying not to make
You
sure
did great not making noise, by the way.
that my quiver isn't,
Can you hold this deer up like this
Yep.
so I can get this brisket?
So
So this is a lot. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're
but
fine.
This is handy having a partner around.
That's our exit hole right there.
That is the exit. Is because now I can get the brisket from up top, which normally I can't do by myself. Normally I gotta get it from side by side.
I wasn't trying to bite the blade, I swear.
Okay, like this. Oh yeah. And like I said a while ago, I leave a lot of meat on there because I let the taxidermist sort it out later. Deal?
He's gonna eat that.
That's true. The taxi.
Yeah, I know.
See that
I
skin?
know Dave.
Look how thin that skin is right there.
Yeah,
So we want to make
I
sure.
know Dave. He's gonna eat that.
Make sure we stay away from it.
'Cause when
We're in front of the shoulder, getting into the neck. This is the real deal here, you know. We want to make sure that we don't cut up the hide too much. All of it can be hidden, no doubt, but the less they gotta work, the better off you're gonna be in your taxidermist's eyes. Okay, so now we can do one of two things. Now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make an executive decision right here. Your taxidermist is gonna make a long cut, which is fine. I'm gonna stick my knife in the back of his skull right
Yep.
here. I'm gonna go all the way down through the black part of his skull, or black part, like his mane,
Yep.
all the way down to the back here. Okay?
Let me hold it up.
Yeah, if you can.
Let me get around so camera can actually see you.
I'm gonna cut as little of hair as possible here. Perfect. Okay, so now we can you grab that side of the hide? Perfect. Perfect. Now we can get this really close to his skull cap. So now what I would do, generally speaking,
Yep.
so I'm gonna go down a little bit more. Yeah, just keep going, just about where it's even with this.
All right.
You're getting a little close. See how white that is?
Yep.
To me, I like to give as much room as I can to that taxi. Okay, perfect. All right, so what we do here, what I like to do is I like to cut his head off.
Cut and twist.
Cut and twist. That's right.
You want my bone saw?
Here's a Diddy.
Multi-purpose saw.
Oh yeah. This saw right here is bad.
Bad to the bone, literally
Okay.
to the bones. What we did
So
with
what
it.
we do here is we're going to take this off the face in a little bit. Okay. So we're going to set it in the shade right now. Okay. Now we get to work on the quarters. So in Colorado, in a lot of western states where quartering animals is common, you have to leave proof of sex on one hind quarter. And so that's what we're going to do here. So we have his
male parts.
male parts right here. We're just going to cut a little circle around this so it stays on this back quarter. So when we put this in the freezer, when you take it home, this will be attached to it. So don't be surprised when you open it up and it's like, what? Right here, I'll make a slit. Okay, that allows us to peel everything back, just like we would if we was on a gambrel, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right, so now we're gonna, since we're up here, we're gonna grab his back straps. Okay. Peel and cut, peel and cut. What I like to do. This is a big old fat back strap. That, sir, is your first Colorado back strap. And look, it just falls out. Okay, same thing that we did a while ago. A lot of people stop the back strap really at the front shoulder. It goes back into this front shoulder almost to the neck. So, cut that back as much as you can, get as much as you can. Get a nice sharp end to it like that. See that?
Magnificent.
Doggy. Put it in our clean bag. All right, so now we're gonna cut the front shoulder off. Super simple, we already cut the leg off. The scapula, the front shoulder, none of that's really connected to the body except for with meat. And so you just lift it up, start cutting underneath the armpit, and cut all the way until it's off. See? That there's a nice front quarter. Off a big old muley. Okay, cool. Right, so the thing with this tenderloin, I already took one of them out. What I like to do, this is the bottom of the spine right here. What I do is I go right along the edge and I cut a straight line along the spine. Okay, and we go up to the front like toward the abdomen, and then you cut a straight line, and then the tenderloin is so tender that you can actually stick your fingers and really kind of guide it out yourself. But you just take a knife and then as it comes out, cut it. Just make sure it's coming out clean. You're left with a nice fat, tender, the most tender piece of meat on the entire animal is right here. So I come out behind the Achilles tendon right here, okay, where the tarsal is. I just cut all the way to the bone. Then what I do is I stick my knife into that bone, okay, boom, into that bone, and I'm gonna go all the way down, make a straight line all the way down to his abdomen area, okay? Yep. What this will allow me to do is to peel this, make sure I get to that bone. This will allow me to do it. Make sure I keep his, here in the Western states, get out of there, B. Here in the Western states, we gotta make sure we keep identity, proof of sex attached. Yeah. Well, what you could do, if you was going to cheat, you could be in the back country, you can kill a small bull, you can quarter it all up, come out and say it was a cow. Yeah. Right, so you have to have a proof of sex on there. Okay, so right now, I got to cut all the way to the bone. Now I'm gonna come over here. Okay, right here. Come over here. I know there's some butchers out there going, oh my God, wait, yeah, well, that's what I do. So I left a little meat on the bone. That's not that bad, for being honest. You can come back and peel that off if you want, but this will come off as one chunk, which will make it handy to process later, okay? We'll cut back as much as we can. Now I'm on the hip bone right here, going around the hip. I just left a chunk there. Okay, there we go. That is the entire back quarter deboned in one chunk. Okay, we got some meat right here that I left on the tailbone. I'll grab it. Be a good grind or jerky. Or if you want to fry it up, you can fry it up. So you can see the bone. You see the bone right here? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the idea is to cut the bone and then cut, basically if you cut around that bone there, everything's gonna fall out nice and neat. Perfect. That is his other back quarter. That is ready to go in the bag. Oh, sorry. Perfect. Now you can go along and grab along this tailbone and grab some of this meat that's wrapped in there, booty meat. This right here makes fine grind or jerky. At the front and back quarters, back straps, tenderloins. If you're so inclined, you can grab the neck, flank meat. But this is normally all I grab right here.
We'll grab the neck too.
We're gonna grab the neck too. But that is how we quarter up an animal from start to finish in the back of a truck. Thank you guys for watching.